can get attacked. I will admit I had to pop into the game just to see where I was.
Hopefully this will only take a few minutes, if my hands can stop shaking.
Everyone, find a place to take cover.
Where? Do you really expect them to barge through the front door?
Just don't stand out in the open, Walter.
Could you all keep it down? I'm trying to work here. Walter!
Okay, he just died jumping off the balcony. Go, 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 go. I'm gone. And I will rebuild loud. Better?
Get to the ship!
Bye-bye.
You won't get away. Hear me?
Get to safety. This is under attack.
I'm gone.
We'd better keep moving.
To the shuttle. unrestrained vengeance. Nice. I thought I killed you, but you keep coming back.
In case you didn't notice, I have a way of getting around unseen. Although I'll admit, retreat isn't a humiliation I've had to endure in some time. You should be proud. There's a greater purpose to all this. You might have a larger role than I realized. Mistake on my part. Keep collecting the artifacts. We'll meet again. Maybe you'll glimpse the unity and...
Weapons primed. Moving to neutralize suspect.
And we gotta get out of here. Cause I accidentally attacked someone. Let's just go pay this off. Come on, jump. They've taken out the ground craft.
Oh yeah, you're done.
Come on. Right. Less than 10 minutes in and I'm already dead. Typical. Time to just run. After... Oh, I've only got anti-gravity field. Cool. Get a bounty. Get a bounty. And run away.
We need to continue. Help the others. That Starfield is right behind us. We have to risk it. We die in despair.
Yeah.
The artifact. Maybe you'll glimpse the unity.
They ain't get the gun because it didn't attack him. But at least I don't have a bounty. Running really slowly, Sarah. Yeah.
Barrett. Barrett. It's Sarah.
I'm too late. I'm so sorry.
Barrett, we're going to keep going. We'll finish this adventure you started. It's okay. Be at peace. He's gone.
Did I make the wrong choice? Could I have saved him?
We can't change anything now. Come on.
Check on him.
You're alive. Krix's ghost can keep waiting.
Come on, let me help you
No
out.
tears for the old. Got the others to worry about.
Fraser?
He came out of nowhere.
It's okay, Aunt Fraser. I'm here.
Thank you. I don't think I can move right away. But I'll make it. Go on.
And run this way.
Dad! The others are here.
I really messed up on this one, friend. Usually the last guy to get outdrawn.
Don't worry about it, Sam. I'm just glad you're okay.
Back at you. I don't think I'm gonna be moving around too much for a bit. But I'll be alright. Oh, thank the stars beyond.
And now to return to no hell.
Vladimir! Oh, thank goodness. Where's Barrett?
He's gone. We need to talk locks and bolts. Lodge and the Eye are not secure.
The hunter said he was leaving us alone.
Just means he's playing the waiting man's game. He'll be back once we've done all the work of collecting the other pieces.
The hunter, he probably found us because we're somewhere obvious. High populated area, just like how the Starborn found you orbiting Neon the first time. But the fact that they're competing with us to find the artifacts means they can't get them without searching.
So we put the artifacts somewhere in the fringe, or on something that can slip from their grasp if they do another strike from the curtain.
We could keep them on my ship.
Fine idea. Starborn show up, you can burn helium in one spin of the grav drive to anywhere.
Here, keep the artifacts safe. I guess we'll meet back at the lodge after.
Yep. That time you showed up. Someone's clicking away. Is the army memory? Yeah. I thought I had to remove how many brutal virus. Excuse me. And now we're back to New Atlantis. gotta admit, I like my ship.
You've been busy, I hear. Clearing out bad guys. Here, you deserve this.
Okay.
If you were a victim of the recent attack, please remain calm. UC Security has everything under control.
Yeah, no you don't.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place.
There's been an incident.
Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
If you're with the press, we have no statements to make about the attack at this time.
Yeah.
Constellation has lost people before, but not like this.
Okay.
I wonder if I'll miss New Atlantis.
Whee.
Time to get wet, eh?
That's just wrong. Time to get wet. To the lodge. Yeah.
Constellation has suffered losses before, although none quite so violently.
Retrieve Barrett's belongings. What's he got?
Mateo, I need to be checking everyone's vitals. Now really isn't the time.
I know. Look, we all feel like we've been kicked into the ground a million times over.
Not the boat.
But I think I have something. I'm serious.
Really?
If I may, I know our encounter with the Hunter is the last thing anyone wants to talk about right now, but he said something that I can't get out of my mind. Unity. Do you remember that?
He said our parting glimpse into unity was over.
Because he was stopping us, implying that we were getting closer to it. The thing is, I've heard that word before. It's an important concept in Keeper Aquilas's speeches.
The priest? Is the Sanctum Universum going to bless our little crusade of discovery?
It can't be a coincidence. The Sanctum has always believed that answers are out there in the stars. Look, I know it's the longest of shots and the biggest leap of faith I could ever ask us all to take, but why not talk to him?
You're right. It's too big of a coincidence not to try.
There's no harm in gathering more information. A visit to the Sanctum might actually be quite enlightening.
Thank you. I know it's not much to go on, but something about this feels right. I'll meet you over there.
Okay.
We have a few moments. There's something I'd like to discuss.
What do you want to talk about?
Ron Hope was a real piece of work, wasn't he?
Actually, I felt bad for the guy.
Oh, don't tell me his bleeding heart plea for mercy got to you. He held innocent people with little regard, treating their lives like numbers on a balance sheet. It's an absolute disgrace.
I couldn't agree more.
I'm relieved to hear you say that. Letting
Still feel
him
bad for
off
him.
the hook would have been a terrible injustice.
Given what I've done, I'm frankly surprised that you approve.
Of course I approve. Had I been in your shoes, I would have done exactly the same thing. You made the right decision. I'm proud of you.
If I've learned anything from this, it's that money isn't everything. Unless you're trying to build a ship.
No, it certainly isn't. Especially when it comes at the expense of human lives. Well, I think I've lectured you enough. Thanks for taking the time to listen to me. There's something I need to talk to you about.
Okay.
Handling those tricky decisions regarding Ryujin must have been difficult. In fact, I'm amazed you were able to deal with them at all. Those types of corporations remind me why I never ventured into business. I can't stand that way of life.
Not all corporations are as immoral as you make them out to be.
Oh, really? Well, let's examine that statement a bit more closely, shall we? Take what Ryujin's doing, for example. Based on your recommendation, they'll be continuing their work on the NeuroAmp technology. How exactly does that absolve them from their immorality?
Ooh. NeuroAmp technology provides a non-lethal way to stop your enemies.
When used properly, yes.
First.
But imagine that technology in the wrong hands. Imagine the awful things you could force people to do. It's almost too horrible to contemplate.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I should have thought of the repercussions.
Well, with any luck, perhaps Ryujin will come to its own senses one day and realize what they're doing is wrong. All we can do for now is pray that I'm right.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Sorry to pull you aside like this, but I wanted to take a moment to congratulate you.
On what?
Taking those steps to eradicate the Terramorph threat is essential to the safety of every living thing in the settled systems. You should be proud.
Yeah, it's a relief that the situation is being handled.
Indeed. Leaving that problem unchecked could have made the situation go from bad to worse. I only wish that the United Colonies chose to exterminate the Terramorphs with the experimental microbe, instead of choosing this ridiculous Asili solution. Apparently, their decision was based on your recommendation. That was a risky choice you've made.
The experimental microbe would have been an even greater risk.
I beg to differ with you. Deploying the Asili solution is going to take years, perhaps even decades. The microbe would have cut that time drastically.
I couldn't condone the release of an unproven microbe into our ecosystem.
Well, I'm disappointed that you didn't trust the science. Unfortunately, locking away the Lazarus plant instead of eliminating it adds to the risk. Anything that accelerates the Terramorph life cycle should have been completely removed from the equation. Why take the chance?
Even if we don't agree on this matter, I appreciate your honesty.
Of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. I appreciate the fact that you've taken the time to listen to my opinion on the matter. I'm sorry if I've said anything that jeopardizes our working relationship.
No.
I have something I need to discuss with you.
Again?
Thanks for giving me a moment of your time. I promise this won't take long.
2 years later, we're still here
I thought you
talking to her.
deserved to know how proud I am that you chose to side with the United Colonies and put an end to the Crimson Fleet. You've almost single-handedly saved the settled systems from one of its most dangerous enemies. I can't possibly commend you highly enough.
Yeah, I think you're exaggerating a little bit.
Exaggerating? If anything, I've understated the gravity of the situation. What I want to know is what motivated you into making the right decision. You had Crix's legacy in hand, and you could have easily taken it to the key. Instead, You flew it to the Vigilance.
I don't want to betray Commander Ikande.
The Commander is an overly ambitious man, but his heart's always been in the right place.
Yes,
I'm
it has.
sure he appreciates everything you've done. So, no regrets betraying Delgado then? I imagine you and he formed quite a partnership right up until the end.
He was a decent person, but unfortunately he surrounded himself with the wrong people.
No, I'm sorry. I refuse to excuse Delgado for his loathsome behavior by placing all of the blame on his fellow pirates. I'm also a bit disturbed that you would leap to his defense so quickly.
Sorry, Delgado's rhetoric can be very persuasive.
Live long enough among the wolves and you begin to act like them.
How?
Yes, I understand. I suppose my final concern is how long this newfound peace will last.
A short while at least.
Perhaps. My only concern are the reports that Navarmora was never captured or killed. My hope is that she was smart and went into permanent exile. I suppose only time will tell. Ah. Well, it appears I've soured the mood of our lovely conversation. I trust my mindless prattle hasn't been too much of a bother. Thanks for taking the time to listen.
Anything else you want to talk about? Apparently so.
Thanks for taking the time to talk. I wanted to ask you about the artifact you found on
Blah, blah,
Vectera.
blah.
When you pulled it from the rock, held it in your hands for the first time, how did you feel?
I had visions, heard sounds and music. It's difficult to describe.
No, I don't think you understand. I know about the visions, the light, and the music. How did you feel inside? What were your thoughts?
It was like being instantaneously pulled across the entire galaxy.
Oh my goodness. That must have been terrifying.
Hey, Cora.
When it comes to the artifacts, it never ceases to amaze me how the science, well, simply fails.
Are you okay, Dad? You look tired.
I'm sure there's a perfectly rational explanation for them.
If there is, the artifacts are doing a heck of a job hiding it. The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. Quite the mystery.
Bye, Cora. Yeah, it definitely felt like they was trying to communicate.
Agreed. Unfortunately, there's no way that I know of to reply. And believe me, I've been trying to gather data on the damn things for years.
It certainly is a unique obsession.
Does that really surprise you?
No.
A universal mystery left unsolved for God knows how long? Oh, I've been dreaming about solving this puzzle from the beginning.
Then we'll get to the bottom of this mystery together.
I knew I picked the right person for the job. Look, I wanted to thank you for taking the time to talk, and for keeping an open mind. And I also wanted to say, well, I'm pleased we're on this journey together. It's the best decision I've made in quite a long time.
Oh, good. She's got nothing more to say. Back bloody time. Hello there.
By the way, Captain, Sergeant.
Yes, I know Sergeant Yumi's looking for me. He always is looking for me. Whee! Bloody hell, how old is he?
The trees here are quite...
Saw your ship coming. Nice ride.
Okay, you complimented me on my shuttle. Sweet.
Yes, exactly. It's like...
When someone insults you, you want to just beat the shit out of them sometimes, but you don't.
Well, not quite what I was thinking, but that's actually a great example, Marcus. The man in the story was cruel. But you know why he was cruel? You must feel what he feels. Understand his pain. Accept it. And deliver it not back upon him.
Empathy. You mean empathy? But you say it like it's easy. Like anyone can just love a terrible person who has been terrible to them.
Yeah, why even bother? I mean, isn't the cycle of humanity peace and war back and forth, like forever? Seems kind of pointless to try so hard for something that won't last. Nothing ever really changes.
Well, it's not easy, no, but necessary. Because you see, everything has changed. God has given us the intelligence, the ingenuity to reach into the stars, to travel his path, to truly find him. But we can't do it alone. The only way is through
unity.
Huh. Yes, Andreas. Yes. Unity. Well, I'm sure you all have other things to do. Thank you for taking the time to stop and talk with me.
He's giving me a lot to think about.
Okay.
Keeper Aquilus, can we have a moment?
Oh, Mateo. It's been too long. How are your parents? Your mother still struggling with that azalea garden?
No, she figured that out a while ago. Had to adjust the pH levels in the soil. But, Keeper, I didn't come to catch up.
Oh. Well, what's on both your minds?
We need to talk about unity.
Oh. Yeah. How humanity comes together.
Not that one.
How we are to love each other even as our universe becomes even more complex.
That's not exactly what we mean. Keeper, when you talk about unity, well, does it mean anything else? Something secret?
Perhaps you should talk about this inside.
Into the sanctum we go. Why do they always slam doors? Okay.
Now that we have a little privacy, why don't you tell me exactly what it is that brought you two here?
It started with the discovery of these anomalies, the artifacts.
They're like nothing we've ever seen, Keeper. Gravitational distortion, sub-audio harmonic sequencing, unidentifiable energy fluctuations.
I caught half of that. So, these things are unusual? Even in your experience? There have always been mysteries that seem to defy our understanding of the universe. Beyond rational thought. We enter life as an act of someone else's faith in us. There's no way of knowing who we will become, and yet the risk is made anyway. So you've pushed into the unknown, not knowing where it would take you. And it's brought you here.
We know it's a stretch, but we hope you can help us.
I think I can. If you're willing to find your way in the dark for a bit longer, I can give you a path to discovering its meaning. There's an old story, far older than the Sanctum Universum, of someone who walked the settled systems and saw every corner of it. This pilgrim claimed he found the true meaning of unity. I always thought of it as just a parable for trying to bring humanity together, but maybe it's more.
Maybe this pilgrim was a starborn.
I'm not sure if he was. But if what you're looking for is connected, then anything might be possible.
Let's hear the story then. There must be more to it.
In my story, the pilgrim met the founders of the House of Enlightenment and the enigmatic cult of the Varun. And he gave them each a part of the truth. Then he goes to his final resting place to live out the rest of his days in contemplation of infinitum addendum, his addition or contribution to the infinite. But what if the story isn't a metaphor, but a code, a way of finding the pilgrim again, or at least his grave?
Infinitum addendum. That's an odd saying. Very specific.
Yes, something must be there. I just can't put my finger on it. Maybe the answer will become clear when we have more. The House of Enlightenment and Varun have versions of this story.
Fine, I'll talk to
The
them.
Enlightened work out of the well here in New Atlantis, helping the poorest citizens find a better life for themselves. Varun worshippers are more enigmatic, but there is a lone zealot that was captured recently for attacking UC ships. I visited her a couple of times. Hopefully she'll be willing to talk to you as well.
I'll stay here with the Keeper. We need to catch up. And I wouldn't mind asking him a few more questions.
Okay, Mattel. Come along, sir. Time to move.
Evening, sir.
Evening.
It's a shame House Varun abandoned their embassy. I bet we could have learned a lot from one another. We should have a talk. When you have the time, of course.
Not yet, busy. Whee!
You will be scanned as you enter the city.
Oh look, Robo Friend.
Okay. No.
Yo, you want to talk now?
Here, I have something for you.
Okay. Thank you very
You're
much.
welcome. I picked it up on one of our latest planetary expeditions. I'm more than just an extra gun, you know.
Well, I appreciate the effort.
I'm just pleased I get to utilize some of my old field collecting skills. It's been a while. Check back with me from time to time after we return from our planetary jaunts. If I pick anything up, it's all yours. Look, I wanted to take this opportunity to thank you. The fact that you risked your life to save me, I don't know what to say.
Your thank you is more than enough.
Then I'll say it again, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. My only wish is that my rescue hadn't come at the expense of Barrett's life. He was one of my closest colleagues and a cherished friend. He always knew how to make me laugh. I'll miss him dearly.
This was completely out of your control.
I really wish I could believe that. Our charter at Constellation has always been to analyze the unknown, but rarely at the expense of our members' lives. Yet all the while,